Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? How we doing, man? Antonelli here. Today we're looking at Mia Davidson from Mississippi State. She's one of the best home run hitters in the country. She absolutely crushes balls. And so we're going to look at her swing real quick. But I want to point out, well, I guess I'll show it real quick here. As you can see, bat speed, power. And what I want to talk about right here is I want to talk about her move to get ready right here. And I want to focus on the upper body. All right, and if you want to talk about other parts of the swing, just go and check out our other videos. We have lots of videos that we've been adding that really delve into, you know, specific parts of the swing. But right here, I want to talk upper body. Um, when you get ready to hit, and let's just again focus kind of from the waist up. What do I do with my hands? What do I do with my upper body? I get a lot of questions from people. How do I get my hands back? Do I push them back? Do I walk away from my hands? All these different questions. And one thing that I think you'll see when you watch a lot of the really solid, some of the best hitters, when they get ready, you're going to notice a couple of things, okay? One, if you look at the rear elbow back here, when I watch the rear elbow of really solid power hitters, hitters that generate a lot of bat speed, you're typically going to see that that rear elbow is going to get behind their right hand for a right-handed hitter and their left hand for a left-handed hitter. It's one of the things that we talk about a lot. One of our core principles when it comes to hitting is we talk about get your rear elbow behind your hands, right? And by behind my hands, I mean in this direction right here, all right? So that's one thing you're going to notice. Um, the second thing you're going to notice is that as the elbow gets behind the hands, you're going to see that the rear arm is working back that way, right? So the arm is working this way, okay? So the move, I call it a pullback because it's literally taking this arm right here and you're going to pull back like you would, there's a lot of different things that you can think about. You can think about, if you're old like me, like starting a lawnmower where your elbow is going to get behind your hand and your arm is going to work back behind you, right? You can think about setting up to throw a punch into a punching bag, same movement. You can think about it if you were on a bench press machine or you're doing a bench press, let's say a barbell bench press, and you lower the bar, that elbow behind your hands, right? You can feel it in your back. You can think about it like someone standing behind you. You're just going to kind of just elbow them, just nudge them, right? It's not a super aggressive move, but the arm is working back this way. And when you make that move, if you just get your right, if you're a righty, get your right elbow and get it behind your right hand. Just do it with one hand right now. You don't even need a bat. And start to work it back behind you. You're going to feel it in your back, right? You're going to feel it kind of running up this, not the greatest line in the world. It's kind of hard with the angle she's at, but you're going to feel it running up the right side of your back. And it's not you don't want to get tense, but you need to be able to feel that move. And so common things that I see um, that hitters do that struggle with getting their upper body in position to hit it. One is that they push their hands back. So they're told just get your hands back. And so what does that mean? Get my hands back. So what I'll see is they'll push with their left arm as a righty. And if you're talking about a left-hand hitter, they push with their right arm. And so they'll push their hands back this way. And so in my opinion, that makes the swing. Now, when you let me back up for a second. When you pull back and you feel it in this arm, you're going to get a little bit more length in the left arm, right? You get a little bit more length. And there's some hitters that have a pretty straight arm. But there's a difference between pulling back that move and then just pushing back with your left arm and not pulling at all. When I see hitters that just push back, typically their swing gets a little bit long. The barrel gets out and away from them. It doesn't stay tight as they turn. And so there's some length and the swing isn't as quick as you probably want it to be. So just keep an eye out for that. The other move is there is no move. They just move forward and then everything just comes with them. And when that happens, the swing doesn't turn deep, right? So we talk a lot about trying to get a deep barrel turn. I want to get my barrel behind the ball early. I don't want it to be out front. I don't want to push my hands out front, right? And so you can see again, she's going to pull back here. So she pulls back as she moves forward, elbow behind the hands, arm working back behind her this way. It's resisting this move forward, so she's moving forward and pulling back at the same time. It also helps her stay back as she's moving forward. And now, when she decides that she's going to swing, she's able to turn deep. So her barrel, you can see how this barrel stays tight, right? It's from the inside, it's tight to her. You don't see the barrel getting way out here, but it's working back. It's hard to kind of draw it on here, but it's working back behind her this way. So she pulls back, pulls back, pulls back, and now as her lower body starts to turn, she starts to get palm up, palm down. The barrel starts to work back from the inside and now through the hitting zone. So we're not going to spend a ton of time talking about the barrel. You know, we talk about turning the barrel. We made other videos on it, but I really wanted to just kind of show her getting prepared to hit. And the other thing you'll see also, I didn't say this, but when you see this move right here where she starts to pull back, you're going to see your shoulders are going to start to kind of just roll in. And so if they normally, you know, let's get her to where she normally kind of faces right here. As she pulls back, you're going to see the shoulder and her upper body slightly close, and that's normal. Now, you don't want to do it too much to where you're pointed over here, but if this is, again, if this is kind of neutral right here, well then there's going to be, you know, a little bit of closing. That's a horrible arrow, but a little bit. You know, I don't know how much, maybe 10, 15 degrees, maybe 20. Not a ton. And again, it's not just closing the shoulder. It's you pull back, and that will cause the upper body to kind of roll in, the lead shoulder just kind of roll in a little bit. And now you're in really, really good position. You know, that shoulder should be just, if you're looking out at the pitcher, it should be just to the right of the pitcher, in the direction of where the second baseman's playing. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, we've done a bunch of other videos on other parts of the swing. This is never a good sign for, well, actually, I can't tell. It's hard to tell who that is. But they're both looking up saying that ball is crushed. So beautiful swing right there. That's all we have. Let me know if you have any questions on the pullback and getting the upper body ready to hit. Let me know in the comment section below. If you have any questions, other questions, you can email me, matt@antonellibaseball.com. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. I'd really appreciate that. And we'll talk to you later.